There is a saying, it is good to discuss success, but at the same time, it is important not to ignore failures. Ocular anesthesia has come a long way since its introduction from retrobulbar, peribulbar, subtenons, and topical anesthesia. With this evolution, complications associated both systemically and ocular has been minimized. However, globe perforation during periocular anesthesia is an unexpected disaster and a dreaded complication. Hereby presenting 3 cases of perforation referred to our center with variable presentation with their respective management. Case 1. A 65-year-old male patient with pre-cataract vision 1/60, axial length normal, underwent SICS with PCOL in the back. Post-operative vision was hand movements. Patient was taken for surgery. As we can see, scleral tunnel was opened. Hyphema from the anterior chamber was cleared. 3 ports 23G pars plana vitrectomy was done. Vitreous hemorrhage was cleared. Macular tear was noted with subretinal hemorrhage. Complete vitrectomy was done. ILM was stained with brilliant blue. ILM peeling at the macula was done with ILM peeling forceps. Fluid air exchange was done. Endolaser was done. Silicone oil was injected. Scleral wounds and ports were sutured. Post-operative best corrected vision was 6/36. Case 2. 55-year-old female patient with pre-cataract vision 1/60, axial length normal, underwent SICS with PCOL in the back. Post-operative vision was hand movements. Patient was taken for surgery after pre-operative evaluation. 3 ports 23G pars plana vitrectomy was done. As we can see, vitreous hemorrhage was cleared. Break temporal to fovea with subretinal hemorrhage was noted. Complete vitrectomy was done. ILM was stained with brilliant blue. ILM was peeled with ILM peeling forceps at the macula and around the break. Fluid air exchange was done. Endolaser was done. SF6 tamponade was given. Ports were sutured. Best corrected visual acuity post-operatively was 6/18. Case 3. 60-year-old female patient with pre-cataract vision 5/60, axial length normal, underwent SICS with PCOL in the back. Postoperative vision was PL positive. Finding consistent with the glow perforation associated with retinal detachment and central retinal artery occlusion was noted. 3 ports 23G pars plana vitrectomy was done. Complete vitrectomy was done. Fluid air exchange was done. Endolaser was done around the break in the inferonasal quadrant. Silicone oil was injected. Ports were sutured. Best corrected visual acuity was 3/60. Incidence of globe rupture has been reported from 0.06% to as high as 0.47% in various studies. Risk factors for the globe perforation are high myopia with axial length more than 25 mm, posterior staphyloma, postscleral buccal patient, apprehensive patient, inexperienced person injecting. Special care is required in these cases and injections should be administered by an experienced ophthalmologist. Block-related perforations can manifest with varied clinical presentations as we have presented in this video. Henceforth, early detection and prompt referral and timely management by a vitreoretina surgeon is a key for good prognosis. Final outcome depends on the meticulous surgery being done for these cases.